Yeah. Morning. Huh? Yeah.
surface from within the earth. Tobacco was the first one. This is why anishinabe is to stay present. Tobacco first for anything that is being asked for, or to speak to an elder, or the picking of medicines. When an anishinabe is going to pick medicines, tobacco is offered first, even when berries are going to be picked.
You guys want to see a beaver? There's a beaver right
This is
there.
why the tobacco is very
I
important
mixed
to
it.
this day.
Let me see.
Remember that it must go first for everything, and anishinabe next. When the Creator began creating the universe, the earth was asked if it was willing to give life. When the earth agreed, the Creator took seeds and began planting the garden. Giving each seed instructions on how it will work with all creation. This was when Creator's garden was made. The earth gives new life each spring. The medicine is washed by the anishinabe. Knowing when to start picking the medicine and giving thanks to Mother Earth for giving birth to new life of the medicines. There are different medicines for the different sicknesses of the anishinabe. The Mother Earth already has various types of medicines. All the anishinabe have to do is pick it.
Very nice day. Bonjour.
made before picking the cedar. Cedar is offered to the sacred fire. It is also put in the water used for cleansing in the sacred sweat lodge. Cedar came from a little boy. This little boy first had the vision of the sweat lodge. In his vision, he traveled in the western direction. It was here, in the west, that he was given the sweat lodge. When he returned from his travel, he was sick and hungry, thirsty, very, very weak. But he had that vision and a love and kindness in his heart. He awakened, very moved. His hand was on his side. He could feel something in his hand. Wondering what it was, he opened his hand, put it in his mouth, ate it. His body started to get stronger. He wasn't as thirsty. He didn't seem as hungry. He continued to get stronger. He sat up, remembering the vision of the sweat lodge. He could see it so clearly, so clear what it would look like. He could see his life. There was a path made of cedar. It was cedar that gave life to that little boy. And his vision of the sweat lodge helped that little boy give life back to the people. That is why we use cedar today for healing. It's the men who put the sweat lodge together. It's the women who clean the area. And they put the cedar word, the word of life. I give creative thanks for life. Thank you for listening to the elder talk about the Creator's garden. We also talked about tobacco. I'm going to talk about sage. This medicine grows in the west, the direction of the setting sun, where our spirits will travel when our life is over on Mother Earth. Sage is used for smudging. Its white leaves have a strong smell when it is lit. The elders that taught and raised me told me, offer tobacco before taking anything from Mother Earth. They told me to offer this tobacco to clean ground and to ask Creator to take pity on me. The spirits teach us not to be afraid of the journey we will have to take one day. The Creator is the keeper of that doorway, the west doorway, home of the spirits. The white buffalo calf woman taught women to use sage as a medicine. The sage medicine has to be picked separately for a woman on her moon cycle. Sage is the only medicine that can be used by a woman on her cycle. A woman is encouraged to make a tobacco offering before her moon cycle to ask Creator to take pity on her, Mother Earth, and the Creator's garden. Our ancestors sit in the western doorway. They acknowledge the sage smudge. We are taught to smudge all areas of our body. Our hair, our nose, our eyes so we can see in a good way, our mouth so we can speak good words, our minds for good thoughts, our feet so we can walk in a good way. We smudge to honor our ancestors, grandmothers, and grandfathers, and to encourage them to attend our ceremonies. Sage is used in naming ceremonies, burial ceremonies, and to help people stand strong in difficult times. My grandmother told me to always respect the medicines, the people, and to help young girls become young women. I thank the Creator for helping me to remember these teachings.
The sweet grass is the one that is used to smudge with and make a sweet smelling smoke. When you look at the braid of sweet grass, it is lit at one end. When you see carefully braided sweet grass and you braid your hair the same way, it is the same. When the hair is braided, the Anishinaabe stands strong on Mother Earth. When the Anishinaabe is going to do a ceremony, the elder will ask a helper to make sweet-smelling smudge. The Creator smells the sweetgrass when it is lit. Anishinaabe know the eagle is one of Creator's helpers. The eagle is the one that helps carry prayers to Creator. Anishinaabe know that the instructions from the Creator is to have good life. Sweetgrass carries kindness to the Anishinaabe and gives it freely while smudging. Anishinaabe then carries kindness himself. To know kindness and to feel it. Then the Anishinaabe owns the kindness and shares it with others. This is one of the instructions the Anishinaabe has to carry. This is one of the gifts Creator gave Anishinaabe.
Hello, good morning. I'm not sure how long this video is now. It's gotta be quite a bit. So, people always tell me, you know, like, how do you stay inspired? Like, how do you create art? Like, how do you keep doing that? Like, where do you get it from? That's what they asked me. And you watched this video, and I showed you. So I showed you how I got my inspiration when I paint. So you watch that video and you'll see. Because that's what I see, you know, when I'm out here. When I come out here as much as I can, that's what I see. Like, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. There's gonna be some people that will say, you know, that's just a tree. That's just a dead tree. That's just grass. That's just rocks. That's all they are. That's what they will say. But to me, they're more than that. They're not just. They're my relatives. All our relations, you know? All my relations. All your relations. Everybody. Like this here. You can get a little bit of inspiration on this. Just this little thing here that's connected to this thing here, right? And that thing over there, that's just there, right? The sun. It's just things. But you know what? They're not just things. This is beautiful life. This is life right there. Connection. Connection all into this earth. That's what that is. It's not things. you know. I get offended. You know, when someone says, my tradition is just a thing. It's not a thing. It's a way of life that we lost. You know, we lost that. And I'm trying to do my part and to keep it. Normally I'm a bald guy, you know, like I shave my head. But now I grow my hair. Because it was our way of life. We lost that. You know, maybe I'll braid it. I don't know, we'll see. I'm just going day by day. It's a way of life. Some people still live that. You know, not many people. Like, I wish to be around those kind of people, you know. But where I am and where I stand, it's hard to learn. It's hard to learn this. Like, everything, you know. How Anishinaabes used to live. When I went to school a long time ago, when I was a little kid, I never knew anything about Anishinaabes. I know a little bit of history in the white man's, but I never really paid attention because it didn't interest me. I don't really follow politics and politicians and whoever our mayor or governor or whatever you call it, the one that owns this country. You know, that guy, whoever he is, I don't pay attention to that. But you know what? You know what's gonna happen? I had a dream, you know. There's a painting that I created. It's called Spiritual Art of Dream. I have a painting called Spiritual Art of Dream. So in that dream, it wasn't really like, you know, I go to bed and go to sleep and have a dream. It was, I was sitting doing art in my own room that was blocked to everything. That's where I was painting. And then I was tired, but I really wanted to have an idea of something to paint so I can get it started, you know, for when I wake up tomorrow. I think it was like around 4 a.m. My spouse, my wife, she went out for a smoke. And she didn't say nothing. She didn't even come see me. She just went out for a smoke. And I must have fallen asleep. Maybe 3-4 minutes. The time she came downstairs and went for a smoke, and comes back in, I was already awake. So in that dream, like, there's a what do you call it, a bad spirit, right? I felt that. And then when I woke up, I remembered I had like a whole dream, like a whole story and a whole vision of where I was, everything. Who knows, is this a dream? Maybe. But when I woke up, I was thinking, how am I going to interpret this dream and to create a story in a painting? So I created that painting, Spiritual Art of Dream. So in this dream, it told me that someone or something is floating around me, like some negative. It's distance, but it will come. It will come for me, whatever it is. You know, I grew up in jails, treatments, foster homes, group homes. I grew up in these places, so early on, like, I learned how to respect people, treat them how you want to be treated. That's where I learned how to grow up and to mind your own business and to only speak when you're spoken to, and to have an opinion of something only when they ask. I learned that. I learned how to stay away from people. And I guess when I grow up, when I was much younger, I was still processing all these teachings. It takes me a long time to learn something. It took me a long time to mature. Because I wanted to slow down, because I want to make sure I learn everything that I could, anything. And it was just recently, it felt like I just grew up, you know. But people won't see that. People will only see what you've done, you know. Only the negative things people will remember. It's up to a person to have an interest in someone. I wouldn't force nobody to learn what I learned. I will not teach anybody that already knows everything. The arrogance in a person to say he knows everything. I know. What do you know? It was just recently I felt the fire, you know, inside me. When you look for something in your life, who you are, do you really know who you are? We're not here that long. A lot of life here. That's what I'm doing right now. There's a lot of people too that don't understand art. Anishinaabemowin. Everybody has this thought now, you know. Even my own people. They don't even know they're natives, you know. They don't even know they're indigenous. But their skin is brown. Brown like this. Like Mother Earth is brown in all colors. Look at that mallard. So that's what I paint in my paintings. I try to explain some things along the way, but I'm not rushing in that. I'm upset today. Seems like, you know, just the way everything is. I feel angry. And this is me speaking from my heart. I could talk to people if they want to talk to me. I will talk to you the way you talk to me. I take my time too in explaining some stuff. Everything. I'm slow. When I paint when I want to. When I feel like it. If you tell me to paint something now, that's not mine, that's yours. So, everything I showed you in the video, that's what I see in the beginning of it, right? I don't know how long this has been. 5 minutes. He doesn't want me to go by. Nah. I'll leave him alone. I don't want no problem with no goose today. Shishibag. I don't want no problem with that goose there. It's early in the morning. I didn't sleep last night. I've been up. Look, you can get inspiration from these too. Look. I ate that one time. I wonder how many people were dared to take a bite of that. Raise your hand. Me. And it's something I never did again. After that one time I learned. So, wait, which way am I holding the phone? Okay. I'm just holding the phone, so. I lost my thought. Because there's so much to see here. I'm trying to focus. So, somewhere in the beginning of the show, not the show, what do you call it? What do you call that thing? Video? No, video. So that thing you guys saw earlier in the video, that's what I see, that's what I think. I didn't need to explain. And I hope I didn't need to. Look. He's letting me sit there. See? If we don't bother them, they won't bother you. That old crap wire. Oh, that's old one. I thought he left it there and left. I didn't need to go chase him. He said, here, anishinabe. Bijan mate mattaban. Or tingeja. He said, come here. Come have a seat here. I'm on my way over there. That's what that goose said. But he didn't need to say it. So that's what I mean, like in the videos. See? This is what I paint about. Life. Beautiful life. So, like, not everybody understands art. Like I was didn't finish saying, like everybody, even including my people, you know, they don't even know they're like anishinabe people, but their skin is brown. But they grew up in a white home, the group homes. They grew up in a white man's facilities, institutions, hospitals, jails, school. They did what they said that they were gonna do. They're still doing it. It's not gonna stop. It's never gonna stop. Not until the day we die. But like I said, we're not here that long. We're out here collecting. That's what I'm doing. There's another story in that in one of my artworks. So I'm out here collecting. Because I went to a place one time. It was so dark. It was cold. Like any man can say, I don't fear nothing. Nothing in this world. People actually say that. But this place I went to one time, it was dark, very cold. So many emotions and feelings, like my body. I didn't feel my body, but I felt my spirit. I was in fear. I was scared. I was crying and screaming inside. Nobody heard me. And I was gonna be there for a long time, forever. Because I didn't do my part. I was busy drinking, doing drugs, doing all these things. Maybe I was too slow in life. That I couldn't keep up. So I got left behind in this dark place, cold. I didn't hear nobody telling me, hey, it's gonna be okay. You're okay. I heard the paramedics saying the time of my death. Imagine hearing that. And then your body, your spirit, your body will get buried. You're thinking, I'm going to be buried alive. But your body will be buried. But your spirit will be stuck in this dark place for a long time. That's what my mind was telling me. And I was scared. I had so much fear. But later on down the road, I learned. Just like I said recently, I felt like I just grow up, and I open my eyes and I see what I just showed you earlier in the video. That's what I see, and that's what I paint. So I think like Anishinaabe should stop for a while, listen and look around, and like, where do you stand, where are you, that's what I had to do. But many people would be different. Not everybody has the same story. They could have the same story, but they will tell it differently. They can create the same story, but it would look different. Because all these stories, and Anishinaabe stories, these are very old stories.